Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have an away league game against bottom club Augsburg, and we follow it up with a Pokal quarter-final tie against Frankfurt. Both sides we're playing today are in pretty poor form. Augsburg have only got 3 points this season in the league, and I'll be honest, in terms of our form, Augsburg, I'm weirdly afraid of losing against them. To be honest, we're still unbeaten. We've hit 30 games. And we're unbeaten. So, as you can see, the pressure is on us at the moment. Dortmund still within touching distance. We've actually got 2 games in hand over the teams behind them. And we have the 1 game in hand against Dortmund. The other game in hand that we have over the rest of the pack is actually against Dortmund as well. So if we do well in our games in hand, we've got an opportunity of opening up a bit of a gap at the top of the table. And that is the target today. We have unfortunately got a notable absentee from the squad. It was a big shame, but Sidi Yatta decided to leave for Saudi Arabia. He was on 77, something like that, grand a week. We tried to offer him a new deal. He wanted 190 grand a week. So in the end, we've just decided, well, his release clause was paid for, so he has left. And he's actually signed a deal for less than what he wanted at our club anyway. So he left, and we needed to fill the void that he did leave. So we brought in Dragisha Opacic for £9 million. He's a really pacey young winger. um, in the space of a week or two, he's unhappy at the club because I failed to sign another Serbian player. The rest of our budgets, we had taken offers again. So there wasn't a lot I could do. It was a promise we made to him in contract talks. I did have a look, but there was just no one that was available. So unfortunately, he now wants to leave. Um, it would be an instantaneous profit on him, but it is something that I'm hoping we can sort out in the future. Um, but in the meantime, I just hope that it doesn't cause too many issues within the squad. He is a new face at the club, of course, so hopefully it won't cause too many problems straight away. Because, like I say, we're in really good form still, and everything seems to be going in our favour. In relation to the squad, Opacic will still start on that left-hand side. He's a very good player, really, and the pace and direct running that he does is vital. And he seems to have settled in pretty well as a direct replacement for Sidi Yatta. The thing with him is he does prefer to be more out wide than inside forward, but we are keeping him on that mentality because he will get better the more he plays. He's only 19, and obviously at the moment we're in a position where we just can't stop winning football matches. I mean, we've drawn a couple, but we just seem to be a force to be reckoned with at the moment. Casper Nilsson here, back to Ornelas. Just holds on to it, finds Catala, now Rodia into Frangarcia. He has got Opacic in support. He cuts inside. Frangarcia trying to hit the byline, plays it into Opacic, who gets it across, and Chavlina gets his 20th goal of the season. It's 4 assists in 4 games now for Opacic. He certainly seems to have settled into a bit of a rhythm. And despite the fact that he's unhappy at the club because of not being able to sign someone to help him settle in, he looks set to continue his good start to his career here at Mönchengladbach. Frangarcia here with the throw into Catala. Now Rodia into Anastasov. We're just holding on to it, keeping it calm. Manu Kone, Casper Nilsson tries to play it inside, and there is Opacic, and he's just clipped the outside of the post. I think that's the only thing that's missing from Opacic's game. He's not quite as well. He's not as good a finisher as Sidiata was, and he's not got the height that Sidiata had either. So he's not quite as threatening in the air for those far post headers when the ball comes in from that right hand side. But in terms of his pace and direct running, he's very, very dangerous. And like I say, he's got 4 assists in his 4 matches so far, and he does seem to have really settled in. Furhield into Svanberg. Plays it inside to Hemricks. Good interception from Chavlina. Now Fran Garcia, chance to play it forward ahead of him, but he's still running down the left-hand side here with the ball, and he's not been closed down. Plays it in, Opicic using his pace to get there. Plays it back to Delphi Catala, and it's just over the crossbar. Like I said, this is a game that I was a little bit afraid of because they're in such bad form. I feel that occasionally where football managers are concerned, they tend to have these turning points in saves, and hopefully it won't happen today. Bunga into Furhield, and Manu Kone clears it somewhat, but it's come to Yelts, and now Henriks into Furhield again. Tell you what, if we can win possession and get a counter-attack on, we'll look pretty good here. Here's Bunga. He's turned Emerson with ease here. Tries to play it across. It's a good block, and Manu Kone finds Casper Nilsson. And now Delphi Catala. He's under pressure, but again finds a good pass out to Casper Nilsson. Emerson coming down this right-hand side. Knocks it long. Javlina kind of stuttered his run there. Mantle making a comfortable claim and plays it to Melberg into Svanberg, and it's a poor ball, and Javlina steals in, and that is a huge defensive error. And you can see why Augsburg are right at the bottom of the table. You got to remember they almost qualified for Europe last year. In fact, I think they did qualify for Europe last year, Augsburg, but this year they've already sat there. I mean, they sat their manager quite some time ago, in fact, but they've just been so poor this season. I don't know what's happened at the football club because, like I say, they had a really good year last year. But we have a comfortable lead now, 2-0. And hopefully we can continue this in the second half. Another option we might have with Opicic, of course, is to loan him out. And I think, obviously, unfortunately for this season, it's something that we can't do. But when it comes to the start of next season, if we can get another Serbian in, it might help him settle. Chavlina here into Opicic. Good ball in from Fran Garcia, and it's fallen here to Opicic. And again, he's hit the woodwork. Chavlina's there. It's off the woodwork again. And Augsburg cannot get this away. It's come for Catala. He plays back to Ornella, so we do try and restart, but Bunga intercepts. And the chance is gone. But big opportunity, and again, Opicic hitting the woodwork. It's a bit of a strange one. I know he wanted someone to help him settle in, but at the same time, he's had a great start to his career here. And the way he's settled into the rhythm of the way we play as well certainly seems to have worked out quite well. But for whatever reason, he just can't seem to get a grip. And that's the third time he's at the woodwork. A phenomenal free kick effort there off the crossbar. And Fran Garcia with the throw into Catala. We are going to just look at making a few subs because I've just noticed how many players are absolutely shattered. We are running out of options in midfield at the moment, it has to be said. We'll get Dagan Hart on. We'll get Pablo on as well. Julius Alma on. And Ismael Asensio. Any time that we can give for these players to rest, we will try and give them. Because obviously we have that important cup tie coming up against Frankfurt. Casper Nilsson plays it in. Opicic is there again. And finally, he manages to score. I mean, like I say, he's just submitted a transfer request because of his somewhat inability to settle. But given the way that he's playing at the moment, I think he's settled in perfectly well, to be honest. But he's finally got his goal. He's well deserved today. Like I say, he's hit the woodwork 3 times. And he's got his assist as well. He's had a very good performance. And he rounds off his game very, very well today. 3-0. Substitutions made. We'll rest some of these key players. And we look forward to the cup tie now. Another victory to add to our running at the moment. And I mean, you know, it's just absolutely phenomenal what we're doing this season. And 3 points clear of Dortmund. Now we've got a superior goal difference as well. And I can't stress how vital that is as well at the moment. That could prove vital at the end of the season. Obviously, our other game in hand, like I say, over the rest of the pack is against Dortmund. So we've got a big, big opportunity going forward. We've got Conference League registration coming up as well. Opicic, I mean, absolutely fantastic performance from him. I would normally have a bit of a break here, but I'm not going to. We'll just carry on and get through it because it's only a day or two until the Frankfurt game. It's literally a day's break, and then we play Frankfurt. So it is a bit more of a stream type episode today. But again, what more can we do at the moment with this squad? It's been absolutely fantastic achievement so far. In terms of squad registration, obviously Degenhardt is in at the moment. We need 5 spaces available. Now, Opicic has regressed a move, but we need him in the squad really to cover in that position. But if we only have if we only have the one keeper, again, we've got a bit of a problem. And I don't want to leave Opicic out of the European squad. Despite everything, I don't want to leave him out of the European squad. And Julius Alma's homegrown at Nation, so he's got to be in the squad. And Pablo's been in great form in the competition. So we've got a tough decision to make here about who we drop. And I'm really not sure who it's going to be at the moment. We're going to have to upset at least one player because, like I say, squad registration rules, unfortunately, dictate that we've got a bit of a problem. And again, I didn't necessarily expect to qualify for Europe last season, so we've not got a lot of German players in the squad. We've got reserves that can come in, but again, they're not good enough to play. So, I mean, Eamon Carey's currently out injured, but he's only out for a couple of weeks. So, you know, everyone's deserving of a place in this squad at the moment. I mean, do we take Pablo out? He's been in good form in the competition in the group stage. We're going to upset somebody. This is the other problem. I mean, Opicic is already upset, so in my mind, it's potentially him that we leave out. But he is oh, I suppose he's only a squad player. I mean, Degenhardt's only a fringe player, so he wouldn't mind. But he's the only player we've got that's homegrown at club at the moment. Lewis Miley got a cobble on last time we left him out. I'm thinking Pablo. He's been in great form, Pablo. That's the problem in those other matches. But we do need another goalkeeper in. And it's unfortunate. And we are going to upset some people. It has to be said. I think Pablo will probably get a bit upset, but there is a secondary registration that we can get to. But for now, I think that's about where we're at. Gurel and Opicic want to be sold, apparently. Obviously, Opicic's only been here a week. Martins and Havel want an increase in playing time. But I'm finding it difficult to fit them into the squad at the moment. We've got a set first team, and everyone's playing well. So it's so difficult at the moment just to jiggle it all around a little. And I mean, to be fair, today, I mean, Anastasov is struggling, so Havel can start, and Fran Garcia is struggling for fitness, so Martins will start. So both of them will start today. And in terms of the forward line and midfield, again, we're struggling a little bit. I mean, Eamon Carey, of course, is out injured at the moment, which doesn't help matters. Who else is missing there? Opicic. I think, to be fair, if we keep the forward players the same for now, yes, they'll need resting. But I think, given the position we're in the Pokal at the moment, I think we've got every chance of doing well today. And we've got a chance of potentially winning the competition. I think we'll give Kwanzaa a game today as well, actually. And what I've actually been doing is put Shia out at left back. And I tell you what, he's had some great performances out there as well. Katala, I mean, Kone and Katala all struggling for fitness as well. So we'll monitor it. But I think for now, that'll probably do us. Like I say, we do need to rotate. I mean, it's 2 days after that game against Augsburg. But I think we're in a position where we could potentially win this tournament. I'm not sure who's left in it, though. That's the other thing to consider. We're favourites. Let's go out there and get a result. Because, like I say, our unbeaten run isn't just in the league, it's all competitions. We haven't lost a competitive football match yet this season. So, I'm really gunning for this at the moment. And the longer it goes on, the more I'm thinking, quietly thinking, are we on for an invincible season? It's something I've only ever done once, and I've been playing Football Manager since 2006. So you can tell how difficult it is to do, but that would be an unbelievable achievement, wouldn't it? Kwanzaa here over the top. Opacic picks it up on this left-hand side. Tries to get past his man. Plays it back to Miley. Shirodia into Kone. Now Chavlina. Couldn't quite find Opacic. It's a great interception there from Tuta. But they're knocking it about reasonably confidently at the back there. Carboni's actually won it. Shirodia does well. Miley heads it on, but Querfeld easily intercepting that one. And same with any competition. Cup games always seem to be that little bit more competitive. And obviously, like I said, we have rotated a bit today. It's a risk, but it needed to be done. Here's Sarr swinging it in. Segovia's free, and that's a really important save from Hine. And what a season he's had, by the way. It was our number 2 last year to Omlin, who retired, of course. And we were looking to get another keeper, but what a season the Estonian has had. And is that a penalty? I think a penalty's been given here for handball to Frankfurt. It has. Opacic handling the ball. Oh Hyung-gyu with a chance to put Frankfurt in front here, and he does so. It's a very convincing penalty. It was right down the middle, though. It's only his 5th of the season. And we find ourselves behind. And to be fair, so far, Frankfurt have been the better team. We are going to demand more from the team because, like I say, it's been a pretty sloppy start from us. It's probably arguably one of the worst starts to a game we've had so far this season, apart from that 0-0 game that we had earlier in one of the previous episodes. Here's Havel into Lewis Miley. Now Opacic. Poor pass again from him. He's not having a good game at the moment. Sarr coming down this left-hand side, plays it forward to Ginabang, and there's Oh Hyung-gyu free in the penalty area, and that is number 2. And we are heading for our first defeat of the season here. And yes, it was a risk to change the defence, but we have to try and rotate these players. Opacic conceding the penalty and playing a poor pass there. And we're struggling a little bit for fitness as well. We are going to have to make some substitutions at halftime. All of the front 3 are going to come off, I think. So Chavlina is going to come off. We'll put Alma up front, Asensio on the left, and Pablo on the right. Manu Kone is not having a good game either, and he's on a yellow card, so we'll get Ornelas on for him as well. And see what happens in the second half. But I think our Pokal journey is going to come to an end here, and it's going to be our first competitive defeat of the season. And the danger here is, will it have any lasting damage going into future matches? Here is Decker. Plays it forward. Good interception from Martins. He couldn't quite keep hold of it, but Ornelas picks it up and plays it into him again. Here's Havel. Back into Martins. Now Havel again. Just holds on to it, finds Lewis Miley. And now Ismail Asensio. Now Julius Alba. Oh my word, what an effort that was. Darman had to tip it over the bar there. I mean, what a goal that would have been. Catala's struggling. Dagan Hart's going to come on for him as our last substitution. Swung in, and Shirodia's header goes over the crossbar. And again, we're going to demand more because, yes, we're considerably weaker than we normally would be. But for the game to be just 2 days after our league match, I think it's a little bit poor in the way of fixture arrangement, to be honest. But at the end of the day, we've not played well. We deserve to be beaten today. We've been completely outplayed. And we're going to go attacking here. And again, we're going to demand more. And to be honest, I don't think anything's going to come of it. We've had to rotate. Like I say, I mean, players were struggling for fitness anyway, and they still are. But we've been completely outdone today. And we've got Frankfurt coming up in the league as well. And based on this performance, we have certainly got a turnaround to do. It's our first competitive defeat of the season. Opacic with an handball and a poor pass in the midfield to give them both of their goals. I'm hoping he doesn't start jeopardizing things, but based on that performance, he may well do. Um, and we've got to reset ourselves. It's our first defeat of the season. I mean, we've still got a hell of a lot to be positive about, haven't we? Let's be honest. We're out of the Pokal. It's a shame, but we're still in Europe, and we've potentially got a league title to win. So going ahead, despite that, we've got Dortmund and Bayern Munich this month in the league as well. So this could be a very important month. The Dortmund game's the one in hand as well, which is in midweek. And I had a look at the fixtures earlier. We played Dortmund second to last game of the season. And given the current run of fixtures and everything like that, that could be absolutely pivotal to our season. I'm hoping we can get back to winning ways pretty much immediately. We've got Union Berlin next, and like I say, Dortmund and Bayern. We've got after that with Werder Bremen. I fancy ourselves to keep our good run of form going in the league, but I'm hoping that this defeat doesn't just take morale out a little bit. It's going to be difficult. Opicic, I'm not too sure what to do with. Like I say, he's an excellent youngster. There's no doubt about it. He really is an excellent young player, but there's not a lot that I can do at the moment. I don't even think. I mean, we've got a little bit of money. To be fair, I would normally end the episode here, but there is something I've just actually thought about. I wonder if there's anybody available on a free transfer who is Serbian. I'm not. I am pretty much signing someone for the sake of it here, but you know, it's something that we might have to do in order to stop him getting a bit of a cob on. So, I mean, these are all amateur players as well, which isn't ideal. Um, is there just anybody knocking about? Not really. There's no one of first team quality, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm not really too sure what to do. It's the only thing I could remotely think of them for a minute. Um, so I think we're just going to have to deal with it as it comes and hope for the best, which is a bit of a shame, but we'll see how things go. In terms of the next episode, I don't know who we're playing in Europe at the minute, but I I was debating showing Frankfurt in the Bundesliga, but obviously we've just had Frankfurt today in the Pokal. We'll probably do the first leg of the Conference League round of 16 and home against Hanover. And then obviously, depending on how we do in Europe, will depend on what kind of fixture running we get as well. So big games to come. Hopefully our unbeaten league run can continue, but with the likes of Dortmund and Bayern to come, we could be ending all of our unbeaten runs in the coming matches. So important games ahead. Let's see how things go. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.